Is it like a different roster? Maybe someone new came in. But yeah, by the way, me and Annie are wearing our Sibol jerseys.
Yeah.
He's wearing black, I'm
Ta-da!
wearing white. Ta-da!
Yeah.
Ay, ayan, di pa
Yeah.
pala. Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. It's for the female teams this time, this year. So WPE Vixen and MHRLIKA G Unit. This time, for the first game, we're seeing WPE Vixen. Sila naman yung nasa blue side. So, uy, si Yoji Bear pala yung jungler dito for WPE. At looking at MHRLIKA G Unit, okay. Yeah, I know these ladies, and I think I see some new names in their roster, but pretty much this is the same roster ng MHRLIKA G Unit. So I'm pretty sure they're very much familiar with each other. Fredrin, first ban for WPE.
I think sobrang deserve ng Fredrin na maban yung series na to. Kasi kanina pa natin nakikita na ang ganda talaga ng pagbuhat ng Fredrin. Lalo na pag nasa jungle to. Ang bilis mag-secure ng objectives. And sobrang rare na maagawan ng major objectives like the turtle. And kahit yung mga buff niya, kahit kulitin siya, hindi siya maaagaw. And now we see here MHRLIKA G Unit banning out that carry for their first ban. Sobrang deserved din, no? Kasi nakita natin kanina kung paano yung laruin ng ating female athletes. Sobrang, sobrang annoying ng carry. And I think yung buff ng carry is because of the new items sa corrosion site. So kaya talagang napapalakas pa itong carry. Annoying na siya, mas naging annoying pa. And now, and another ban from WPE Vixen. Another annoying hero, Burger Kim. What can you say about this Joy? Yan lang natin siya parang nakita, no? Pero very annoying siya. What can you say about her?
Naiinis ka sa isang tao na masaya. but you know, here's the thing about the Joy. Okay, here's the thing about the Joy. It does get banned out, but the thing is, I've never seen anyone utilize the Joy just yet. Like, I've seen it in the XP lane, I've seen it in the jungler role. I think binaban out siya. Maybe it's because they know that MHRLIKA G Unit is quite familiar with this new year. Ako kasi para sa squad namin, we always say that, ban yung Joy, or kunin natin yung Joy, and then we're like, nobody knows how to use the Joy here. Actually, it's a bit harder. Like, some people say it's similar to the Harriet kasi, di ba, Leonin din siya, malikot din siya, pero iba yung, like, I tried the Joy, and then sabi ko, parang pindot gaming lang ginagawa dito kasi I really could understand the skill. But for me kasi, what's really difficult going up against the Joy, it's so mobile, it's so fast, it's tanky as well if you build it to be tanky. So I think it's just the flexibility of the hero talaga na mahirap rin. Even the Fire Mist as well. Mid lane, roamer, it's still pretty much viable right now despite the nerfs that Luton has given this hero. And final ban dito for MHRLIKA G, it's the Hayabusa that is slowly resurfacing sa ating meta right now. First picks here, 1-1. Ayan, 1-1 is open.
Nakalusot ang 1-1.
Nakalusot ang 1-1. But nakalusot rin dito yung other heroes like the Valentina here.
Yeah, Kaja. And just what I was saying. Yeah.
On point.
And on point yung natin yan. Pero grabe no, nakalusot ngayon yung 1-1. Parang for the first time, pinalusot itong 1-1. And I want to go back to that Joy talaga. It's a very, very good ban coming in from WPE Vixen because I hate that hero. Sobrang hirap niya i-catch, no? Parang kahit i-try mo siyang i-chase, parang ikaw pa yung mapapasama. And another good ban coming in from WPE Vixen is yung kanilang from MHRLIKA G Unit here, Burger Kim.
When the body suffers, the spirit blooms. Among the planes exists the equilibrium.
Will be picked up here if this is going to be the ban. I'm actually surprised that the Valentina hasn't been picked up. I think they're just waiting. So kung ano man linabas dito ng WPE, I think it's good to pick that up right now. It actually might be a Kaja jungler here for MHRLIKA G. But I'm not so sure how that will fare. Kasi ang hirap talaga, let's say a Grok jungle. Nasa iyo yung setup pero ikaw yung taga-farm. So I think it's very difficult right now. I think it's much for me, like it's much easier to put it in the roam position as compared to the jungle. It does jungle fast, but I think with the Kaja, you would want to do some pickoffs, right, with the Divine Judgment. So let's see if this will be the final setup. I mean, we still don't know, right? MHRLIKA G is still trying to figure that out, and they adjust as along the way, actually.
Yeah, and I mean, we see the jungle Kaja from Blacklist International But yeah, they pick up this Akai. So I think there's a high chance that this Kaja is going to be a roamer here. Kasi nga naman, ang hirap pagka jungle Kaja, tapos wala ka nung Divine Judgment plus the Flicker combo. So it's just your second skill plus your ultimate. So medyo bitin yung paghuli ng Kaja if ever na hindi ito magiging roamer because he has to carry that retribution. But now, they ban out the Ling. I think for MHRLIKA G unit, no, may tina-target ban sila dito. Kasi magkasunod na assassin. So, I think yung jungler dito ng WPE Vixen is a very high skill cap player dahil nire-respect ban yung kanyang mga assassins.
Yeah, I think it's unlike me, who can only play utility jungler. I really have high respects for people who can play high mechanical heroes like the Hayabusa and the Link. So you're right. I think they're really respecting here the jungler of WPE. I'm not surprised if that might be another jungler ban coming through. Pero if that's the case, wala pa kasing roamer dito for the side of WPE Vixen. So that's also something that they have to consider as well. Pero knowing for a fact that MHRLIKA G has all this solid frontliners, you got the Akai, you got the Lapu-Lapu, and yes, of course, what else to cancel out all those crowd control skills? Tatanggalin nila yan naman yung Diggy na magiging problema talaga, especially with the Akai. So that's a good ban coming through for MHRLIKA G unit. And WPE, they still need a ban here. Gold laner, mid laner ban. Valentina is still open, by the way.
Yeah, oo nga. I'm glad that you pointed that out. And it looks like they will ban out Irithel. So, ang tinatry na lang i-choke dito is yung gold laner ng MHRLIKA G unit. Yeah, Valentina here is going to be a really good pick if ever na MHRLIKA G unit decides to pick this up. But no, they secure their gold laners first. And this is a Beatrix for the gold laner of MHRLIKA G unit. So, for WPE Vixen, no, ang ganda nung ban nila kanina, pero meron pa rin naman palang Beatrix option dito na natitira ang MHRLIKA G unit. They still need a roamer though. A roamer and the jungler. Assuming that the Benedetta is going to be used at the XP lane. Kasi yan naman yung usual ngayong meta. Parang sobrang rare na makakita ng jungler Benedetta, right?
Yeah, actually, I think the key here for the Lapu-Lapu, kasi yung Lapu-Lapu, gusto niyan mag-dive. Gusto niya mag-engage agad-agad. Kasi you can really have a very good early game. So what better way to just do that? Just avoid the Lapu-Lapu. Just cut the waves really fast. I think that's the idea here for the Benedetta. But we're seeing a Martis coming through here for WPE. Canceling out. Actually, anti-CC tong Martis na to. So maganda ito for WPE Vixens. They also got an additional hero to set things up, the Lolita, which you've seen under the hands of Shin earlier on. Napakaganda yung mga Numinant Blast. So parang sobrang ganda nito sa mga frontline ng MHRLIKA G unit. They still need a mid laner here to go up against the Eve. Are we gonna see the endless battle once again? Yung time na sobrang uso yung Farsa and Eve. I mean, pero if you wanna just copy the Eve's skills, you can just get the Valentina.
Yeah, you can just get
here.
the Valentina. Pero actually, feel ko good pick yung Valentina. Yeah, kasi may Numenon Blast na pwede niya ding agawin, di ba? And ayan na nga, they will pick up that Valentina. And gusto ko yung pick dito ng WPE Vixen pala with that Martis. Kanina ko pa siya iniintay. Kasi nakita lang natin yung Leomord. And sa pag nag-RG, ito yung mga usual na pinaprioritize. Pero ang ganda din talaga ng natirang pick dito for the side of MHRLIKA G unit. It's a Valentina. So it's a real game changer when it comes to major ultimate. When the enemy has major ultimates like the Lolita and the Eve.
Yeah, even the decimation, actually, I did try out the Valentina. At first, like, I didn't get how it works. I was like, what's this Valentina? Then sobrang na-inspire kasi ako sa mga, yung sa professional scene and all the tournaments I've been watching. I was like, wow, this Valentina is being picked and then it's always being banned out. So I got really curious how to use it. It's actually a bit complicated, but if you have a lot of like really good ultimates to copy, like why not? I think that was the time like they're considering also a Farsa kasi ang dami rin pwedeng gawin ng Farsa, right? Feathered Airstrike, parang same yung range kasi niya as the Eve. Pero at this point kasi syempre sabi ng MHRLIKA G, ang daming magagandang ultimates dito sa WPE. There's a lot to take here. So yeah, might as well just pick up the Valentina here. At ano pa, ang bilis mag-level up ng Valentina with the Primal Rat, yung kanyang passive. So if it's being used wisely, magkakaroon na magandang early game matchup dito. Tingnan mo ang bilis ng clear dito ng MHRLIKA G.
Naagaw ni Yashi yung triple buff dito ni Eretria. Grabe naman dun si Yashi. Tamang timing talaga, no? Wala naman siyang retribution, pero naagaw niya pa rin yun kay Eretria. And hindi din pala ginamit ni Eretria yung kanyang retribution. Sayang lang
Yeah.
for the rotation of MHRLIKA G unit kasi nag-rotate talaga sila dun sa purple buff. Talagang tinulungan nila, nag-leash sila dun pero na-steal pa rin nitong ni Yashi. And now si Mitaka parang gustong pangalanan yung orange buff dito ni Eretria. Pero si Eretria, alam niya yung gagawin niya. Magja-jungle na lang din siya sa side nitong WPE Vixen pero wala na siyang aabutang orange buff doon.
Here's the thing about MHRLIKA G. Yung kanilang lane, actually yung kanilang composition actually is very good for the early game. So ito yung mahirap pag 1-1. If this is gonna be having a good time sa gold lane, kailangan rin nila pansinin to. And Ramichi actually, siya yung jungler dito ng MHRLIKA G unit before. And actually, she's going to the gold lane right now, which really worked very well for them. So, pretty much the same yung same lineup to sa kanila. So, yung nakita ko lang actually si Reclipse pala joined MHRLIKA G unit. So, I think it's a very good addition as well to their lineup. But here we see Yashi as well using that bulwark so very very wisely, and now here comes the first turtle. Makukuha dito ni Reclipse yung real world manipulation, so we're gonna be seeing 2 real world manipulations if ever, pero Mitaka nandito na siya. I'm not so sure if it's going to be MHRLIKA G unit contested. It should be a free turtle for the side of WPE. Wala pang level 4 dito si Eretria, so I think malaking factor na naagaw dito ni Yashi yung purple ni Eretria.
Not just the purple Burger King, pero they also stole her orange buff. That's why hindi niya pa makuha yung levels and items na kinakailangan niya. So that's why hindi din nila kinontest na yung turtle doon kanina. And now we see parang may plano dito yung MHRLIKA G unit, pero parang naaamoy ni Yashi, no? Ito, nandito sila nagkukumpulan ngayon. Parang may plano, pero magpapakita na ata sila. Mukhang itutuloy.
Yeah,
Nandito na nga, pumasok na.
Dalawang real world yung naganap dito.
Manipulation.
There comes the real world manipulation from the real one. There's 2 down here. Carefully calculated actually for both sides, Adi. Pero yung MHRLIKA G unit naman, yung nagkaroon ng I think they really struggled there in that one because that was Eretria and si Somir. They were gonna go for the dive pero saktohan dun sa real world ni Chihiro. At ngayon si Yoji Bear as well and Piso having a 1v1 duel dito rin sa ating gold lane. We're seeing Ramichi constantly being pressured para lang manalo dito si Pali sa kanyang lane. 2-0 na ngayon ang WPE Vixens and they're still continuing their onslaught. Ito yung maganda sa WPE Vixen. Their team fight. They have a Lolita. They also have this Eve as compared to MHRLIKA G unit. Parang single target or kumbaga parang intense crowd control. They have to really group up together.
Yeah. And I think kanina parang yung real world manipulation mas nauna dito si Reclipse, no? Tapos pagpasok na ni Mitaka, parang napa-atras na din sila kasi nga naman napakasakit nga naman nitong ng Martes dito. And ang ganda din lagi ng positioning ni Yashi, sobrang saktong-sakto. So that's why nanalo sila sa fight na yon. But now, second turtle of the game, mukhang umpisahan na ni Mitaka, and I think this will be uncontested by MHRLIKA G unit kasi hindi nila hinahayaang makapag-jungle itong si Eretria. Hirap na hirap siya. And now, 1 level ahead na ang jungler ng WPE Vixen compared sa jungler ng MHRLIKA G unit here.
Yeah. You're gonna try to go for the gold lane advantage na lang dito. Nakita mo yung rotations na gaganap dito. Dito na rin yung Divine Judgment from Somir as well as the heavy spin. So much setups from the side of MHRLIKA G unit. They punish down one, but it's only Yashi the one that falls. Pali will be able to activate that crossbow of Tang. Mapapunish dito yung jungler ng side of MHRLIKA G unit. I think that was still a pretty good trade for WPE. Yung jungler yung nawala for the price of Yashi, and I think they should be able to continuously pressure this tower. So wala pa siyang Divine Judgment dito. So, for WPE Vixens, they just know what to do at the right time.
Tama ka dyan, Burger Kim. Ang ganda nung timing na ginagawa dito ng WPE Vixen. And as we said earlier, na yung 1-1 na to, medyo magiging problema siya pagka ang mga frontliner mo ay yung mga tanky heroes na madalas ay yung mga madaling stakan, katulad na tong Akai. And for Maharlika G unit naman, it's so, sobrang, tawag dito, parang mahirap para sa kanila yun kasi jungler pa nila yung Akai and yun pa yung mas masastakan nitong Hipali, but now they're here on the purple buff. Ayaw talaga nilang pag-junglein nitong si Eretria.
Yeah, I think kasi ito naman pag-Akai, pag nakakuha talaga ng farm and pag nakakuha talaga ng early dito. Actually, surprisingly enough nga, yung composition dito ng Maharlika, it's for the early. Pero the way WPE Vixens, they're moving, it's super aggressive. Tingnan mo yung pagkakakat dito ng lanes ni Yoji Bear. Actually, ilang beses na niya force back dito si Kiso sa kanyang lane. So, I would say, why face the lapu-lapu head-on? Pwede mo naman i-cut yung lane, pwede mo naman siya mahirapan. And actually, kung mapapansin mo, hindi masyado nakakapasok si Kiso sa kanyang clash kasi mas nakakapasok pa nga dito si Yoji Bear sa mga clashes. It's because nag-clear pa ng wave dito yung Maharlika G unit. But we're seeing an engage here onto Pali. Heavy spin and the bullet shower coming through from Ramichi. Makakuha rin sila ng tower, but here comes the real world manipulation from Chi here. Makaka-flicker out, but Yashi draws in the final kill. Meron din Numenon Blast yung side ng Maharlika G unit, and yep, this time it's going to still be WPE that gets in the turtle.
Yeah, maganda yung engage na ginawa ng Maharlika G unit dun sa baba with Pali. Kasi gold laner to, ayaw mo tong mag-farm kasi pagka tumaba na tong gold laner dito, oh my, meron namang clash na mangyayari dito sa gitna, and it's going to be Eretria going down once again. But now they catch on Yoji Bear, and now she's going down. But they still want to equalize the fight. WP Vixen will be taking down that middle lane turret. So, as I was saying earlier, no, maganda yung pick-off na ginawa nila sa gold laner. Pero kasi, itong WPE Vixen, kahit na nakakakuha ng onting mga kalamangan itong Maharlika G unit, hindi nila hinahayaan na magtuloy-tuloy yun. So, nag-answer back sila. Kaya lagi silang may sagot sa mga ginagawa ng Maharlika G unit. And mukhang dito sa top side, mukhang may mangyayaring labanan. Nakaabang lang sa bush itong members ng Maharlika G unit. Pero alam ni Yashi, amoy sila dun ni Yashi. So, mukhang mag-go pa sila. Si Chihiro dito, naglatag ng real world manipulation, but they're just going to disengage. Pero mukhang may divine judgment coming in from somewhere.
Yep, divine judgment.
They will be getting Yashi right there. Yan.
Yeah,
so maganda to para sa,
Divine Judgment pala yun ni Reclipse. Nalito ako doon. Kasi pati skin pala nakukuha. Yeah, it was Reclipse's the Numenon Blast, if I'm not mistaken. Or, no, it was Yashi that did the Numenon Blast pala. No, yeah, that's right. It's Yashi that did the Numenon Blast. Tapos nahuli siya ng Divine Judgment ni Somir. So, hindi na nag-overextend doon yung WPE Vixen, which I think was a smart call. Kasi if ever they did, wala sila talagang frontline doon. So for them, it was wise to back away. Nakuha naman nila yung gusto nila for that. 2K gold lead para sa side ng the WPE, and very low kill score tayo, Adi. I mean, if it's go time, it's go time. And what's really making it difficult here for Maharlika G unit to actually win the clashes, it's the real world manipulation. Here it comes one again. Somir with engage, with the Divine Judgment. Here comes as well Eretria with the heavy spin. May Numenon Blast, dalawang Numenon Blast ang naganap doon. Somir yung unang matutumba dito. Eretria and the rest of the members of Maharlika G unit are chunked down real low and forced to back away, causing WP Vixens to have this free lord. I don't think they will be able to contest this one. Medyo napahirap na sila doon. And Adi, yung ginawa lang nila doon, they just continuously poke the members of Maharlika G unit para naman makauwi sila at para naman sila yung makapwesto sa lord.
Yeah, actually, ang ganda sana nung engage ng Maharlika G unit doon, no? Ganda nung targeting nila. Pero hindi sila ready na nandun pala para mag-back up itong members ng WPE Vixen. At nung nakalipad na si Pali, doon na talaga sila naging, doon na bumaba yung kanilang mga HP at nag-back away na lang sila. And that was a free lord for the side of WPE Vixen. Plus, nakakapag-siege pa sila tuloy-tuloy ng mga turrets dito ng Maharlika G unit. So, what do you think, Burger Kim? What do you think can Maharlika G unit do in order for them to prolong this game? Kasi kailangan pa din nila ng items nila para makapalag sa ginagawang pick-offs. Sa mga ginagawang fights na itong WPE Vixen dito.
Oh, yan, katulad ng ganyan, yung mga single target pick-offs that they're fighting all across the map for WPE Vixens. And this time, yung MHRLIKA G unit naman yung makakakuha nun. But here's the thing, ang daming gold din nakuha dito at kung mapapansin mo yung real-world manipulation dito, hindi talaga, ang hirap talaga lumapit dito for MHRLIKA G. Speaking of, there comes the Radiant Armor onto Eretria. Ang hirap talaga makalapit. And of course, the answer to that is the Radiant Armor. And Chihiro right now, hindi pa siya na-pick off dito ng MHRLIKA G unit. 106 on this eve. And that's what's making it really hard for them to move forward. Imagine mo, Akai ka, di ba? Gusto mo mag-setup. Kaja ka, you wanna flicker Divine Judgment. Pero here's the thing, yung nanghuli pa dito ni Sumeria, most of the time, it's Yashi blocking in the possible Divine Judgment here. So kaya naman medyo mahirap. As compared to Yashi here, mas may crowd control yung kanyang Luminous Blast. Speaking of, here comes the engagement ngayon. Si Yashi naman yung nahuli. Pero eto na, Luminous Blast as well from their side. Mapapatras ngayon yung MHRLIKA G unit. This is not what they wanted. And what's difficult for MHRLIKA G unit, it's single target pickoffs, plus the fact that the Valentina has to choose which ultimate yung kukunin niya. Yung setup ba ni Yashi, or yung real-world manipulation ba dito ni Chihiro?
Yeah, pansin ko din na pag nakukuha ni Reclipse itong Numenon Blast from Yashi, hindi pa rin tumatama. Kasi nga, wala siya nung combo. Plus, kahit man tumama yun, ang hirap mag-follow up. Kasi sila din ni Ramichi yung damage dealer for the side of MHRLIKA G unit. So, medyo kinakapos pa. Medyo 10 bits pa sa damage. Pagdating sa damage itong MHRLIKA G unit. But for the side of WPE Vixen, ang ganda ng mga ginagawa nilang engages. Or pagka may nahuli naman itong MHRLIKA G unit, ang ganda ng ginagawa nilang counter-engage. That's why, another one here. Nag-engage na naman itong MHRLIKA G unit onto Yashi, and they will be taking down Yashi there. Ayun yung maganda sa ginagawa ng MHRLIKA G unit, no? Alam nila kung paano sila makakahinga dito ng paunti-unti. Yun nga, sabi mo nga, Burger Kim, it's through these single target pickoffs.
Yeah, they've been doing that, yung mga Divine Judgment dito. At most of the time, si Yashi talaga yung sumasalo nito. You have to protect your damage dealers, lalo na nandito na yung unang Lord. And here comes the heavy spin. Eretria, sobrang low siya dito. Pali as well, naghahanap ng position dito to be able to send the members of MHRLIKA G unit back to the base. Nakakatakot tong ako rin, actually, it forced a lot of flickers out from the side of MHRLIKA G unit. It was actually just forcing them to back away, back to the base. Diretso na dito yung WPE Vixen, and I think they will be getting another uncontested Lord.
Grabe. WPE Vixen, totoo nga naman na pag may 1-1 sa kalaban, ayaw mo nang mahabol ka niya kasi baka mas lalong maging delubyo pa yun para sa team nyo. Kasi pag may nahuling isa doon, kunyari hindi nila ginamit yung mga flickers nila and hindi sila nag-back off doon sa fight na yun, baka mahuli pa silang lahat nung crossbow of tank na tong si Pali dito. And now, nagmamarch na yung Lord down the mid lane. So, I think this is a level 2 Lord na, Burger Kim. So, medyo mas malakas na yung hampas na magagawa nito dito sa turrets, sa inhibitor turrets nitong MHRLIKA G unit. What can they do, Burger Kim, in order to bounce back from this suffocation na ginagawa ng WPE Vixen here?
Well, they have two setups here. Ito na yung Numenon Blast, ginamit na ni Yashi. Pero may Numenon Blast din dito si Reclipse. Tatay, nahuli, yun lang nga. Wala pang follow-up dito from the side of MHRLIKA G unit. They get the inhibitors here, but that's just the first Luminous Lord, and it will easily get taken down here by MHRLIKA G unit. Here comes the Holy Crystal as well, coming through from Reclipse. May Divine Judgment din dito kay Pali. Nahuli! At MHRLIKA G unit gonna try to go in. Wala dito si Pali. They don't have the main damage dealer. This could be their time to bounce back. Pero nandito kasi yung mga slows ni Chihiro. Ang hirap lumapit sa mga members ng WPE.
Ang ganda ng timing doon ng MHRLIKA G unit. And ang ganda din ng pag-target nila doon kay Pali. Mukhang doon na talaga nila mataturn around yun. Pero yung WPE Vixen, alam nila na may chance na makakomeback itong MHRLIKA G unit. Kaya nag-back off na lang din sila. Ayaw nilang mabigyan ng ganong kalamangan itong MHRLIKA G unit. Kasi kung makikita mo ngayon, Kim, medyo lumiliit na din yung gold lead ng WPE Vixen dahil nga sa mga pick-offs na nagagawa nitong Divine Judgment ni Samir.
Nahirap din talaga pumesto, no? Kasi kung Valentina ka, kung hindi mo man nagamit yung IMU mo or kung hindi mo man nagamit yung ultimate na nakuha mo, pwede ka mag-free hit din with your first 2 skills. And now they're gonna do a bush check. Ay, si Chiro pa nga yung nahatak doon. And that's what they were looking for MHRLIKA G. Yun yung gusto nilang target because most of the time, they've been grabbing Yashi. That's not someone you would want to get. And here comes the real manipulation. Wala dito si Chihiro. That's actually Reclipse. And they can actually take down some structures here for MHRLIKA G by some time. Get in some breathing space na kanina pa hindi binibigay ng WPE sa kanila. So that pick off onto Chihiro was huge. Kita mo kung gaano kaluwag, gaano sila nakakahinga right after that divine judgment coming through for Sumir. Pero alam nila, no, hindi talaga pwedeng magkaroon ng isa pang pick-off dito because the Lord will be spawning in a bit, Adi. This is the second Luminous Lord for both sides.
Yeah, that's why they need to be careful. Kaya naman itong players natin na naghihintay lang dito sa bush, mukhang magkakaroon ng engage, pero hindi. Mukhang may divine judgment. Ano nga magagaling kay Sumir?
Grabe yung mga flicker. So agad-agad nag-flicker out dito yung mga members ng MHRLIKA G. And fortunately enough for both sides, there's no casualties. Kiso, hahanap pa yata ng pick-off dito yung WPE. Pero sige, wag muna daw. Diretso, objectives na muna. Let's go straight for the Lord. Sinisimula na ngayon ni Pali. And as for the MHRLIKA G unit, they're just waiting in for the plays. They have 2 setups here. They have the Akai. They have the Divine Judgment from Sumir. As long as it's not the main damage dealers that are taken down here, it should be fine. 1/4 HP ng ating Lord. Marireset na naman dito. Mukhang clash na naman ang gusto dito ng MHRLIKA G and WPE. Sobrang low na dito ni Sumir. Wala nang Divine Judgment. And now Eretio, the one caught in the middle, Pali able to fly there, popping in that crossbow tech. Ayun lang, nahula lang dito ni Ramichi, is able to pop in that Wind of Nature. Pero look at the sustain coming through from WPE. It's a killing spree for Mitaka. Reclipse as well, gonna try to find someone here, but instead gets shut down by Chihiro. This might actually be a wipeout. It's only Kiso, the one left to defend here for MHRLIKA G unit. Fortunately enough, this is a Lapu-Lapu you're talking about. This is the bravest man in the Philippines and now is able to buy a little bit more time pero diretso na yung WPE sa Lord natin.
Grabe yung sustain doon ni Kiso, no? Ang daming nag-chase sa kanya pero hindi pa rin siya napabagsak. Pero kasi yung WPE Vixen din, sabi nila, hindi ka na namin nahabulin. Alam namin nagbabuy time ka lang para sa teammates mo. So, kukunin na namin tong Lord na to bago pa sila mabuhay at i-contest tong Lord. Kasi nga naman, nagkakaroon na din ng items dito ang side ng MHRLIKA G unit. And if hindi nag-buy time doon si Kiso, may possibility na maagaw pa nila yung Lord na yun from WPE Vixen. And kailangan nga talaga mag-ingat din dito ng WPE Vixen sa mga pick-offs na gagawin nito ni Sumir. Kasi ang ganda ng mga Divine Judgment niya. Ngayon, nahahanap niya na yung right targets. Kanina kasi sabi mo nga, puro si Yashi yung na kukuha niya. Si Yashi yung nasusungkit niya. Pero ngayon, nakukuha niya na din si Pali and si Chihiro. Pero ngayon, nag-march down na itong Lord dito sa ating mid lane. And parang gusto nila itong tapusin. Pero maganda ang defense ng MHRLIKA G unit dito. But then,
makakalipan
yung 1-1.
Nakalipan si Pali dito! Oh no! Yung base na rin natin ilalak dito. May Luminous Blast na dito si Reclipse. It's to buy some time here, but it's WP Vixens locking in the tower and taking in game number 1. I like how it gets so intense when they take the base, tapos diretso back to us. And that's it. Game number 1, it's WPE Vixens that got that one. And I think for most part of MHRLIKA G unit, it's they have 2 setups. So meron silang Akai, meron din silang Divine Judgment from the Kaja. So those are 2 setters, 2 heroes that can set the tempo for MHRLIKA G unit. Pero here's the thing, ang hirap kasi pumasok sa clash kasi merong chessboard ni Eve. Paano ka papasok doon? Kasi sobrang slow nun, di ba? Even the same thing as the Farsa, you can get bursted down instantly. So I think this is also the reason why teams prioritize the Eve, even though it was nerfed down to 5/5/5. But let's take a look at what happened in that game number 1 between WPE and MHRLIKA G unit as we head over into the highlights.
Makikita nga natin dito na mas nauna nga talagang nag-real world manipulation itong si Reclipse dito sa match na yun, ay sa clash na yun kanina, kaya hindi din nila masyadong na-utilize dahil nag-back away na rin sila. And ito, yung time na makakalupad itong si Pali and mapapabagsak niya yung jungler ng side ng MHRLIKA G unit. So, parang lagi nila napipick off, no? Si Eretria, hindi nila binibigyan ng chance na makapag-jungle talaga. Simula nung first minute ng game, hindi na nila binigyan ng chance na makapag-jungle itong si Eretria. Aside ng MHRLIKA G unit, no?
Yeah, I think malaking factor yung nakuha yung purple. Sobrang na-delay doon si Eretria and levels down below Mitaka. And what's difficult here in every single clash is aside from the fact that it gets really confusing who's actually using the skills kasi may Valentina rin dito, di ba? It gets really messy. But all the time, you see Chihiro being very consistent. Ito, yung nahanap na target ni Sumir, that was actually a very good one. Si Chihiro yung nahuli. Pero this was another win for the side of WPE Vixens. It was just too much to handle. And even Ramichi couldn't take it. Diretso na sila. Actually, Recta Lord na agad-agad yung WPE Vixens. They don't fail to forget about taking in the objectives, whether it be the turtle, whether it be the Lord, at sobrang linis nung laban na yun, at malaking factor yung naagawan si Eretria nung first part of the game.
Yeah, yun yung gusto ko sa WPE Vixen. Pagka nananalo sila sa clash or sa skirmish, talagang tinatranslate nila sa objective yung mga kills na yon. And for the side of MHRLIKA G unit, nakita naman natin na talagang lumalaban sila. Alam nila kung ano yung kailangan nilang gawin para ma-prolong yung game kanina. Alam nila na pick-offs talaga. And nakikita na din natin na nakukuha na nila yung mga tamang targets. But at the same time, yung WPE Vixen, hindi na nila binibigyan pa ng chance na makabawi itong MHRLIKA G unit. Kasi nga alam nila na pag nagtuloy-tuloy yung mga ganong pick-offs, talagang sila talaga may chance pa na ma-comeback sila. So yun, ang ganda nung pinakita ng WPE Vixen, malinis na game. That's all I have to say for them. What about you, Kim?
It's just so hard pag may Eve. Ganun na lang. Actually, yung kay Reckless said, actually for MHRLIKA G, that was, I think the draft for them is they picked the Valentina to actually get a lot of good ultimates from the side of WPE. But what's really difficult is pag lang kasi, yung range kasi na meron, yung AoE kasi na meron, yung control na meron yung side ng WPE, yung real-world manipulation. Parang ang hirap po besto if you're a Beatrix, right? You're the damage dealer. You mentioned this earlier. And even for Reclipse as well, for the Valentina, right? Parang kailangan mo mapaisip ano bang kakailanganan ng team ko in this clash? Is it the Numinous Blast? Is it the real-world manipulation? But I think at this case, parang Eve wins games yata for our Sibol qualifier. Yeah, it seems like that's the case, right? Every time somebody gets the Eve, it's so hard to initiate the clashes. I mean, there were some games na parang a very good win rate for the Eve here in the qualifier. So, I think parang nagiging prior rin siya. If not the Lapu-Lapu, if not the carry, if it's opened up, it's actually not the Valentina anymore, it's actually the Eve being prioritized here.
I think kasi sa game, sa style na pinapakita ng girls ngayong araw na to, nakikita ko na parang puro sila dive puro sila gusto naming sumugod, talagang bakbakan. So, magandang pick talaga yung Eve dahil nakokontrol niya yung laban. Kahit may Valentina, I think ang nangyari kasi sa game na to, yung Valentina, tinatry nilang i-bait yung IMU. So, parang mas nauna yung Valentina na maglatag ng real-world manipulation. Tapos, pag nandyan na yung jungler nila, syempre magbaback away muna yung Valentina. Aatras muna siya kasi nga, syempre, ayaw niya ding mahuli. So, ang nangyayari doon, mas napapaganda yung latag ng real-world manipulation ni Chihiro. So, tapos parang may factor pa na pag Valentina ka, ano kayang nanakawin ko dito, di ba? Parang, is it the Numenon Blast or is it the real-world manipulation? Like, I don't really know, di ba? Parang ganun. So, parang medyo may ganung factor pagdating sa Valentina. Unlike the Eve, na parang sobrang straightforward nung kanilang composition, na parang, this is your job, this is all you have to do, maglatag ka lang dyan ng chessboard mo and slow down the enemy team.
Yeah. I was thinking like a Farsa would have been good kasi kailangan talaga nila ma-damage yung likod kasi bago pa makapasok yung MHRLIKA G, parang na sila, either nasa setup ni Yashi. So parang kung if ever they did have someone that dishes damage, maybe like I was thinking like a Savior or a Farsa, mas madadamage pa nga nila si Pali or maybe even si Chihiro at that point. Kasi what they wanted to do was like, yeah, let's dive in. Yeah, you're right. Parang sobrang brawl yung nagiging composite. Di ba? Parang all-out brawl tong mga girls natin for today. That's what I noticed as well with the setup. If it's not like front to back line, it's all dive heroes. Like you've seen it earlier on. If wala tayong real world manipulation, we actually have Kadita, right? It's
Oo.
rock wave. So parang ang daming mga nagda-dive, ang daming mga nagsiswimming. So it's just really, I think for our ladies, they're just ready. They're very excited for the SEA Games this year. And I think malaking factor kasi it's the first time that we're doing this. So parang they really want to show what they got as well. And parang for most of the ladies who've been playing professionally, I think this is something that they're waiting for as well, right? Another step towards getting recognized for being a professional player, even though you've been doing it for quite some time.
Yeah, tama ka dyan. Kaya nga, parang ramdam mo yung gigil. Yun talaga yun. Ramdam mo yung gigil sa girls na to. That's why, parang nagtatranslate yun sa playstyle nila. Although, I think may mga teams dito na objective-centric, pero kasi makikita mo pa rin yung gigil na parang gusto din namin mag-dive. Pero at the same time, makikita mo din sa kanila yung discipline na parang, okay, magda-dive tayo, pero kukuha pa rin tayo ng objectives. And yun, na-mention mo din kanina yung Farsa. Actually, naisip ko din siya, magandang pick yung Farsa doon. If I were to play, parang gusto ko din ng Farsa doon. Pero since meron ngang Numenon Blast na available, feel ko talagang mas inisip ng MHRLIKA G unit doon na parang, gusto namin agawin yung dalawa sa mga magaganda yung ultimates. Kasi if ever na they won, it would have worked out for them kung maganda din yung mga timing ng paglapag ng real world ng real world manipulation and ng Numenon Blast.
Yeah, parang at this point, parang pati si Reclipse yung nalilito, di ba? Parang, eto ba? Alam mo yung meme ni Zac Efron, nakagano'n siya. Eto ba? Yung dalawa, kasi, hindi, kung ako rin si Reclipse, kasi parang mapapaisip kay, ano ba yung, siguro, di ba, if she took the Farsa, it would have been a bit more straightforward. Sige, magandang pwesto lang, latag ko lang yung feathered airstrike, okay na yun, di ba? Mahuli ko pa nga yung likod dun eh. Pero ngayon kasi, with the Valentina, ang laking pressure, di ba? Parang, uy, Numenon Blast to, hindi to real world manipulation. So parang naging factor din yun. It's a lot of pressure on your clips as compared to like the say maybe a Farsa or a Savior can just free hit from the back. So I think it was also the play style or parang yung composition din kasi ng MHRLIKA G unit was really difficult. They have the kits naman to pick off the heroes. You've seen it earlier on, right? The Divine Judgment, even the heavy spin from the Akai. But what's really hard for them is they have a lot of times, but it's really hard to get out of that one. So parang alam mo, pwede sila pumasok, pero ang hirap lumabas.
I think, tama ka dun na, tsaka feel ko dahil sa Valentina pick-up ng MHRLIKA G unit, medyo kinapos sila. Kasi yung lineup nila, yung draft nila kanina, it's more of an early game type of lineup. Pero kasi hindi nila na-pull off yun dahil nga hindi sila binigyan na makapag-jungle dun sa sarili nilang jungle. Talagang inaagawan both buffs, orange and the purple buff rather, ay inaagaw talaga. Pino-force na agawin nitong WPE Vixen. Kaya yung damage na nabibigay ng Valentina on the earlier parts of the game, parang medyo nag-fall off na siya nung later parts ng game. So parang wala na silang burst. Ang talagang inaasahan na lang nila is yung Beatrix doon.
Yeah. At saka ang hirap pumerso, right, with the real world manipulation. Even, I think it's the same idea with the Farsa. As long as you have the feathered airstrike up, it's difficult to go in for the clashes. So I think let's see what kind of strategies that MHRLIKA G unit has under their belt because they're known to be really aggressive as well. Like nakita mo naman sa lineup, di ba? Parang they want to go aggressive but it seems like yung mahirap kasi sa kanila, I think they wanted to, pero yung mahirap was na lamang kasi doon sinitaka sa kanyang farm. So like yung malaking factor yung ginawa ni Ashley doon, stealing away the purple buff. I think it wasn't show earlier on, pero like nagulat lang tayo, uy, naagaw pala yung purple doon ni Eretri. I think that was like, it went downhill from there. It was like really difficult for MHRLIKA G to find openings, but props to them actually. It wasn't a very easy game for the side WPE Vixens as well.
And yeah, I think we're now heading on to the second game. And let's see kung ano yung magiging adjustments ng both of our teams. Kasi syempre, kahit nanalo yung WPE Vixen dun, nagkakaroon din ng idea yung MHRLIKA G unit kung paano maglalaro itong team na to. But now we see WPE Vixen banning out that Fredrin. So I think same ban from earlier.
Yeah, I think it's still the same, right? Blue side pa rin naman yung WPE. At ito rin, mahirap sa mga clashes kung nakakalipad talaga yung 1-1. And if you notice, there was a time na yung si Pali, yung nakakapwesto na siya, nag-i-inspire na siya, lahat ng flickers ng MHRLIKA G unit na gamit doon. So talagang, ako rin kasi ayaw mo talaga mastakan ng 1-1. And it's something that made it really difficult for them, especially if MHRLIKA G unit wants to go for the same type of composition, talagang mahihirapan kung may 1-1. The carry is still open, not unless it's going to be banned away once again by MHRLIKA G, kasi WPE yung my first pick dito.
And now they ban out the Joy again. Kasi pag sa Joy, pagka lumampas yun, parang hindi ka na matutuwa. Joy yung pangalan niya, pero hindi siya nakakatuwa kasi napakalikot nitong hero na to. And now we're waiting for the second ban of MHRLIKA G unit. Makakita kaya tayo dito ng more respect ban. And now, as I was saying, respect ban for the Eve. Sobrang gandang control. And ang ganda din ng pinakita ni Chihiro kanina sa mga postuhan niya. Yung mga paglatag niya ng real-world manipulation, sobrang on point.
Yeah, it's so hard to catch. Ang daming pwede mahuli kay Chihiro kanina on the Eve. And this is what we were talking about for the, hindi nawawala si Chihiro sa equation. The real-world manipulation was something that MHRLIKA G unit really struggled with. And now, without the Eve, I think we might actually just go back to the Valentina, maybe even, the Faramis. I was about to say the Faramis is open. But it's going to get banned away, Glue as well, which means that the carry is open here. Open siya for
Open
WPE.
yung carry. Yeah, open yung carry and yung Kaja. And also Lapu-Lapu. Kanina pa natin nakikita. But yeah, they're gonna get
definitely.
the carry here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very effective against mga sustain heroes. Like, yung Akai na pinakita kanina ng MHRLIKA G unit. Let's see if kunin pa rin nila. So it looks like they're going to get this Kaja once again. I think this is a really good pick naman, and they were able to utilize this earlier. It's just that kinakapos din sila. But now they get the Benedetta.
The same lineup still
same
from
lineup.
earlier. So this time pala yung Benedetta mapupunta kay more or less kay Kiso, and the Valentina still open. So this time yung WPE yung kukuha neto. It's really hard. There's a lot of peel here from WPE. So maybe perhaps we might actually see I haven't seen Somir play so much assassins. So parang more of utility jungle din talaga siya. So I'm not so sure if she hasn't brought it out yet, or maybe it's something na she's more comfortable with the utility jungle. But here's the thing. Ang dami kasi taga-shred dito sa WPE Vixens. So it might be hard to go for yung mga Akai, yung mga Barat. So there's the carry that you have to deal with. Not unless may taga-pressure sa carry sa early game.
Yeah.
Maybe Selena. There's already the Kaja. So, to add up to it, you get the Beatrix as well, another comfort pick for their side. But both sides, they still need the mid laner here for MHRLIKA. And as for WPE, they still need the jungler. Something for Mitaka. And early on, Addy, we've seen a lot of assassin bans coming through.
Yeah, and now they ban out the Lolita. Kasi ang ganda nga naman ng mga setups ni Yashi. Tsaka, ang ganda ni Yashi, no? Yung nag-zone siya dun sa purple buff ni
Nakuha pa niya.
Tapos nakuha pa niya. So yeah, I think maganda din yung ban na yun. Pero ngayon, banan na ng WPE Vixen itong Farsa. I was gonna say earlier na itong MHRLIKA G unit, kailangan nila nangaabot dun sa carry. Dapat talagang may aabot sa carry. But yeah, nililimit ang WPE Vixen dito yung options ni Reclipse. So they ban out the Farsa and the Faramis.
Yeah, the AoE, right? And I was talking about the assassins. There you go. Still the Hayabusa ban coming through. Pero for Mitaka, I'm not so sure if maglalabas siya na sa. I think it will also depend on the lineup of MHRLIKA G, because at this point they're so mobile, right? The Kaja, and even I was about to point out the Savior is still open, someone that can really reach out for the carry. Kasi usually yung ginagamit dito mga Selena to pick the Abyssal Arrows, right? That's a lot of pressure on the carry. And even the Savior right now, sobrang ganda ng buff sa Savior, especially when you have it all lined up. Ang sakit pa ng damage ng Dawning Light niya. Global presence. It's kind of like the Layla, just having a lot of parang global presence nga na sinasabi nila. So they still need a mid lane right now that has AoE, someone that can reach, preferably someone that can reach the carry at this point.
Yeah, I think pwede yung Kagura, but I'm not sure. I would pick Kagura. in this
We
lineup.
haven't seen so much Kagura, right? We haven't seen so much Kaguras lately because it's more of the.
But it's a
the-
Sicilian.
Yeah. Well, I know Kagura's your favorite, so they're like, yeah, let's go with my favorite. Yeah, I just love it when I see a Sicilian. I mean, it's not as impactful, right? Think of it. Like, as compared to the Kagura, mas may impact pa rin yung yin yang overturn as compared to the Bats Feast, right? It's not so much damage. Yung damage kasi ng Cecilia nanggagaling talaga sa Bats Impact. So it's the first skill. It's not really the ultimate. So I think they were also considering that. And now they're hovering over this Atlas here, which is really scary for both the Beatrix and the Sicilian. At yung kailangan pa dito ng Sicilian is someone to frontline. So Mir actually might just go for another Akai, might just go for another tanky hero for their jungle. So ganun pa rin naman. This time Yashi, kukunin niya yung Atlas and they're gonna lock in still the Martis for the side of WPE.
So, mukhang magja-jungle Kaja nga itong MHRLIKA G unit if ever
this is the case, right?
Yeah, if this is the case. But, kailangan kasi talaga nila nang aabot dun sa carry. And I'm thinking I'm thinking it should be an assassin pick, but then it looks like as you said earlier, parang si Eretria, she's more on the sustain or like the utility jungle heroes.
Yeah, sobrang talaga eh. I think there was a time that it's, yung naalala ko, mga Akai, Barats, mga yan, ganyan, Baksha. So, if ever this is the case, if they do go for this Diggy, it might actually be, they really need the front line. This is what I was saying. For people who have played the Sicilian, for people who play damage steals like Sicilian and the Beatrix, you really need someone to frontline. So Barats, jungle for Eretria, pero here's the thing. There is the Atlas here to set up the place. May Valentina pa dito for the side of WPE. So they're rocking a very good lineup. Pero for the side of MHRLIKA G unit naman, if they can pull off this Kaja as well, get that nice divine judgment onto the carry or maybe even the Valentina here, that would be really, really good for their side. So tingnan na lang natin. Let's not give the upper hand for MHRLIKA G unit. They have to watch out as well for the jungle na alam natin na kayang-kaya mag-invade niyan even with the Atlas here ni Ashley.
Yeah. Pero I think medyo malilimit yung pagiging aggressive nitong WPE Vixen dahil ito is ang Barats. So, yung Barats mas nakaka-secure siya ng objectives, I think. Diba?
Yeah,
so
tapos
I
yung
think
passive pa niya, right? Sobrang useful din when you contest for the objectives. As well, the Martis as well, no? I think both junglers naman maganda yung kanilang napiling heroes for contesting objectives. Pero here we go. Second game for the series. It's WPE Vixen actually on the match point already up against MHRLIKA G. And looking at the lineup, patas naman actually both sides kasi may late game sila. So they have the Sicilian, tapos sa side naman ng WPE, they have the carry. I think magiging importante yung mga early rotations here kung saan man magro-rotate yung WPE or yung MHRLIKA G unit, kung saan sila magpe-pressure. And as for MHRLIKA G unit, they have to really, really look onto the carry here of Pali. That will be a problem for them, especially sa late game, especially for their jungler, which is Eretria. Makuha nga niya dito yung Little Wanderer, so a little bit of a skirmish that's happening there, but everyone will just back away. It's still a bit too early right now to tell. But how's her matchup looking like? Carry, Beatrix, it seems like mas nakakapoke dito si Pali.
Yeah, kasi may nakakatakot pumasok pag isa kang Beatrix dahil may mga slow na nanggagaling dito kay Pali. Kaya nga mukhang rotatean dito ni Somir and Reclipse itong si Pali down bottom. Kanina, gusto ko talaga i-point out na yung both teams natin, parang nagme-mirror sila ng rotation. Parehong nag-leash and parehong sa mid lane sila nag-rotate. Tapos parang pareho nilang gustong i-contest yung Lethal Wanderer doon. Pero ngayon, makikita natin si Eretria mukhang may balak dito kay Pali. Ayaw na talaga nila bigyan ng chance na mag-farm itong si Pali. And that's why, ngayon nakakalamang dito si Ramichi, yung mga konting plating dyan, pa-cheppy-cheppy muna ng money. And ayan, mag-up na ang turtle natin in 4 seconds. That's why we see our junglers rotating here to the turtle pit.
Here's the thing about the Barats and the Martis, right? They want to get this first objective. Yung naging iba lang dito is nagkalamang lang yung WPE when it comes to their junglers isang level ahead. Look at the flicker in by Yashi. She has a fatal links right now. Sobrang low din ng mga members of MHRLIKA G unit. That's 3 kills instantly for their side. And Reclipse right now gonna pop in that Bat's piece, but is not able to sustain all of that. He was able to pop in that Purify, and it's still WPE Vixens that got in the turtle. Very nice flicker. Fatal links from Yashi, catching 3 members instantly from the side of MHRLIKA G.
Yeah, ang ganda nung timing, nung flicker and fatal links doon ni Yashi, no? Alam na alam niya kung saan pupwesto itong members ng MHRLIKA G unit. And I want to commend na parang na WP Vixen, alam nila na itong Cecilia na to, medyo magiging malaking problema siya pagdating ng late game. Kaya talagang bibigyan na nila itong si Eclipse dito. And yung MHRLIKA G unit, alam din nila yung kailangan nilang gawin. Kaya kanina pa nila tinatry kunan na tong si Pali. Pero si Pali, sobrang ganda nung game sense niya dito na ayaw niya talagang lumalim. Kasi alam niya na pagka lumabas siya ng turret, talagang mabibigyan siya dito.
Here's the thing about the Kaja as well. Kasi pag na-reveal to, usually it's the roamer right now. I've seen the Kaja jungle but not so often. Parang mas bagay talaga siya sa roamer position. At ngayon, sa ating gold lane, it seems like sandwich play yung gagawin yata dito ng WPE. Wala pang flicker dito si Yashi, pero pwede siya mag-setup dito. Si Samir na lang yung naging target dito para safe dito si Ramichi. Will be the first one to fall. Yashi as well, really low. Here comes the retribution, the flicker in then si Ramichi. So it's going to be a 1-for-1 exchange. The roamer for the roamer, but both teams, they don't want to overcommit anymore. So our XP laner, this is what, I don't know if you play XP lane, Adi, but it's such a lonely lane. It's only like,
That's
it's
why I
almost
don't
like a
want to play that
1v1.
lane. Yeah, kaya nga sabi ko sa'yo, di ba, sobrang boring. Pero ito, nandito ngayon, makakaligtas pa rin si Yoji Bear. Yun nga, sabi nga natin kanina, itong XP lane, parang lagi lang silang nagkikilitian. Kasi usually, pareho silang makunat, ganon. And medyo hindi din ganon kalaki yung damage na nadideal nila. That's why, ayoko talaga kung ako tatanungin, ayoko talaga mag-XP lane. Dahil nga, medyo, kailangan mong ma-make sure na maganda yung flow ng lanes. At the same time, hindi ka pa rin makasama sa party. Parang gano'n. And now we see here Mitaka successfully securing that turtle without any contestants whatsoever from MHRLIKA G unit. Yeah.
Alam mo yung XP laners, parang ito yung mga fear of missing out. Kasi parang, alam mo yung ang daming yung party, nandito na sa bottom side, pero kayong dalawa, parang wala na. It's always the action that's happening here in the golden, and that's already a given. The flicker was forced out here by Sumir, and as you can see, hindi talaga, ito yung maganda sa Benedetta. You're really not allowing the Lapu-Lapu to join in the clashes. At buti na lang dito is may crowd control kasi yung WPE, so pretty much na i-even out nila yung parang ginagawang cutting dito ng Benedetta sa lane. So they're as much as possible, they want to try to get this gold lane to scale up as fast. At kung mapapansin mo, andito talaga sila nag-rotate. Pero it seems like MHRLIKA G unit as well, they're gonna go and try to get this middle side tower. Reclipse, hindi na rin makakatakas doon. So it is a tower. And unfortunately for MHRLIKA G, hindi pa nga nila na-chunk down yung mid-side tower. So they were trying to go for the objective take. 6-1 is our score, Addy, and WPE Vixen still leading right now.
Yeah, ang ganda sana na gagawin doon. Ang ganda ng plano doon ni Kizo kanina tsaka ni Retria. A middle lane turret, tapos ang matitrade nyo doon is yung bottom lane turret. So, mas lalamang talaga kayo. Pero hindi yun hinayaan ng WPE Vixen. Ang bilis nung pag-respond nila sa ginagawang rotation ng MHRLIKA G unit. And unfortunately for MHRLIKA G unit, ang WPE Vixen pa yung nakalamang doon dahil na-takedown din nila si Retria sa laban na yun.
Medyo mahirap to, especially Reclipse right now and even Sumir. Kailangan talaga nila ng oras especially for their mid lane. As compared to the Valentina and Atlas, kung mapapansin mo si Chihiro and si Yashi, sobrang proactive ng kanilang pag-iikot sa mapa. And even to the point that they actually asked Pali to switch up on the lane. Knowing for a fact that they do have the advantage here. Wala pang mga items. I think going third pa lang dito yung MHRLIKA G. Look at how fast Pali is chunking down that turtle. And WPE Vixen will take that one once again. So for MHRLIKA G unit, as long as they can extend this game as fast as they can, that should be fine. They have the Sicilian, pero ngayon nararamdaman na rin natin dito si Pali. Kiso as well. Magsa-sandwich play na naman ulit dito yung WPE. They know it's only Kiso here. It's a Benedetta. Yeah, you can kind of outplay them. But not unless it's going to be a 4-man situation. Makakatakas pa siya dito. So it's a bit of a win there for MHRLIKA G unit. Here comes the backup as well. Here comes the Divine Judgment from Samir. But Yashi as well gonna get that almost able to get that fatal links. Where si Pali naman yung makaka-free hit dito. Double kill for the carry. And look at the standing here, Adi. 4-0-1 on the carry.
Yeah, but I was gonna say that was almost a win for MHRLIKA G unit. They were able to push down the middle lane turret of WPE Vixen, but at the same time, WPE Vixen, they know how to answer that back. So hindi nga nila nabasag kanina yun eh. Dapat major L na yun para sa kanila. But here we see another big fight incoming.
Yeah, here comes the bats, a feast from the Sicilian. But look at Yoji Bear from the backside. Evades the Detona's welcome and flickers out from there. And WP Vixen, they're just using up all the resources na meron dito yung MHRLIKA G. Whether it be the flicker, whether it be the purify here. And at this point, medyo scary na rin dito si Pali 4-0-1 on the carry. Ang bilis na ng attack speed niya. Nakita mo yung pagkabilis ng pagkakuha ng turtle dito ng WP so fast. And I'm pretty sure that Pali already has more or less like the Demon Hunter sword. And okay, building towards the Demon Hunter golden stack. Kaya pala napakabilis ng attack speed dito.
Yeah, pati meron na rin siyang corrosion scythe. So, ayun, ang ganda ng mga nakukuhang items dito ni Pali. Kaya naman, ang bilis niya na makapag-shred dito sa members ng MHRLIKA G unit. Pero mukhang may mga gaganap na naman na laban dito down the middle lane. And I think tinatry lang i-zone out nitong nila Mitaka ng itong members ng MHRLIKA G unit dahil magkakaroon nga ng Lord doon sa bandang taas. And dito, itatry i-go ng MHRLIKA G unit itong si Yoji Bear. Pero mukhang ibibigay na ni Yoji Bear itong turret dito sa bottom lane. And that was a Lord uncontested by WPE Vixen.
Okay, it's not yet the Luminous Lord for their side, pero nakakuha naman ng tower dito yung MHRLIKA G. As much as they want to pressure MHRLIKA G unit early on. They have scaling heroes, pero yung heroes nila naman dito, Pali as well, has been able to scale up pretty well. Man, map control-wise, Adi, looking at the map, like WP Vixen just wants to take this game as fast as possible. Magiging mahirap talaga ito para sa kanila, especially when it comes to the late games. Naka-items na dito. I think bibigay na yata kay Reclipse dito yung purple buff.
Purple buff.
Side.
Yeah. Yun din napapansin ko, ang bilis ng scaling na itong ni Pali. Pero kailangan talagang madaliin ng WPE Vixen yung scaling ng kanilang mga heroes. Dahil pag hindi nila natapos itong laban na to ng mabilis, magsiscale na itong si Reclipse at magiging problema na siya sa lahat ng members ng WPE Vixen. At pag si Pali pa ang natamaan ng kanyang bats impact, magiging malaking problema ito para sa side ng WPE Vixen. But WPE Vixen here successfully taking down the turret up top, and they want to take down this middle lane turret as well.
Yeah, they do continuously creating pressure here. As much as possible, nag-objectives lang muna dito yung WPE Vixens kasi lamang naman sila right now. I actually do wanna see kung naka-lightning crunch na ba dito yung mga mages ng both sides. Maybe later on we'll check because that's a really big factor. Kung sino man yung nakakuha ng lightning crunch, especially for the Sicilian, it's a key item. 11 minutes in, there should be ample stacks right now but not enough to wreak havoc just yet. At yung mahirap pa dito sa side ng WPE, yung carry kasi dito ni Pali. Sobrang nakakatakot, ang bilis. Yeah, yan. Actually, kaka-lightning truncheon lang dito ni Reclipse. So, we can kind of expect to see a little bit more damage. Pero speaking of the damage, si Yashi, naka-Demon Hunter Sword na rin ngayon.
Grabe. Ang dami ng items na to ni Pali. Nakikita ko na ang dami ng items na to ni Pali dito. Kaya napakasakit niya na ito yung nagiging major problem dito ng MHRLIKA G unit. But at the same time, kayang-kaya nilang hulihin to si Pali if ever na maabot nila, pero hindi nga hinahayaan ng WPE Vixen yun. Tuwing mag-rotate si Pali, talagang sinasamahan nila. Ayaw nilang mahuli, ayaw nilang makuha tong si Pali dahil it's going to be a major shutdown if ever na MHRLIKA G unit does it.
Tapos yung nakatakot dito sa MHRLIKA G is hindi sila masyadong lumalalim sa map kasi nakakatakot kasi kung saan nakapwesto si Yashi. So, isang fatal links naman dito at medyo Actually, malambot dito yung lineup ng MHRLIKA G. Like, the Benedetta is mostly for like split pushing. It's mostly for cutting the waves. Pero yung main, yung talaga nagsusoak up ng damage or talaga nagpa-frontline para sa kanila is Eretria. Look at how fast Pali's going at that Lord. Sobrang bilis ng attack speed. And you can see, yeah, this definitely deserved that nerf. I don't know. This is for me. I always ban out the carry because it's so hard, right? Like, kung nakalamang pa kayo sa lane. So, 4-0-1 on Pali. And for MHRLIKA G, this is another pressure once again. They have to defend up against this one, but you can't count them out. It's the king of the late game. But at this point, 12 minutes in, as much as possible, WPE wants to finish this one. They have the Atlas of Yashi to do things here, to set things up. And for MHRLIKA G unit, tamang pwestuhan lang muna sa damage dealers nila.
Yeah. Ang ganda din ng ginagawa dito ng WPE Vixen. Alam nilang pagka-flino nila yung minion wave, magkakaroon ng stack, madadagdagan ng stack itong si Reclipse dito. Kaya naman, talagang kanina fini-freeze nila yung lane. And ngayon, nagmo-march down na sila. Kumakatok na sila sa mga pintuan ng MHRLIKA G unit. They want to finish this as fast as possible. Sabi mo nga, Verkim, if they don't finish this right now, mahihirapan sila pagka tumagal pa ng tumagal itong game. But for the side of MHRLIKA G unit, Fatal Links!
Yeah. Fatal Links out to Eretria, and look at the backside. They're gonna take down Yashi, and the rest of the members of WPE are falling down low. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but right now WPE Vixens, they're taking as much as they can. Hindi sila pwede mag-overextend dito. Wala si Yashi, pero buhay pa rin yung mga damage dealers nila dito. Let's try to see if they wanna create more pressure. Pero sa tingin ko, without Yashi kasi here, yun talaga yung nagsaset ng tempo. Pero para sa WPE, because sige, hinga muna tayo. We got what we wanted. We got the inhibitors, so that should be okay right now. First Luminous Lord pa lang naman yun. So for MHRLIKA G unit, tamang pag-clear out lang naman nila to. Pero alam ito ng WPE, they should at least create more pressure by the time the second Lord is up. At ayan na nga, si Yashi, balik na nga. Napakagandang mga Fatal Links na ginagawa niya dito ngayon.
Ang ganda ng pinakitang disiplina doon ng WPE Vixen, no? Kasi kung gustong-gusto mo na talagang tapusin to ng maaga, may mga times na magkakaroon ka ng asim moments. Pero ayaw nilang mangyari yun para sa kanila. They're waiting for Yashi kasi si Yashi talaga yung may ability to catch the damage dealers of MHRLIKA G unit. Kaya naman sabi nila, intayin natin si Yashi, maging disiplinado tayo. Ayaw nating ma-turn around itong game na to para sa atin. Lalong-lalo na magsuspawn din itong Lord na to dito banda sa baba.
Yeah, 30 seconds in, and considering how fast Pali is chunking at the Lord, I think magiging mahirap to. I think by the time na pumunta sila dun sa Lord, tapos na. Kasi sobrang daming attack speed items na nag-carry. At kung mapapansin mo si Pali dito, tamang abang lang dito sa Lord. Iniikutan na nga niya eh. 10 seconds in, konti na lang. And as for MHRLIKA G unit, I think it's a bit difficult for them as well to contest. Kasi kailangan nilang i-consider yung Fatal Links. Kailangan rin nila i-consider dito si Pali na nag-free it lang sa kanila. So look at that. Super fast Lord. That's not even like, sobrang bilis na pagkakuha. Hindi pa nga rin entry doon ni Mitaka. Rekta na. Si Pali na lang daw makuha. This is the second, or rather the third Lord for the side of WPE.
Para si Retria dito, nag-pick up siya ng Antikira. So, medyo madadagdagan yung physical defense niya pagdating dito sa ating Martis here. Pero medyo wala siyang magagawa sa carry kasi 'di ba, as far as I know, itong carry ay nagde-deal ng true damage. So ang kailangan mo diyang i-build talaga is yung additional HP for that. So, pero makikita natin na nag-build na rin pala dito si Eretria ng isang Sky Guardian helmet. So nagpapakunat na siya nung nagpapakunat talagang para may frontline kahit pa paano dito sa carry na to. Kasi yung carry natin dito, si Pali, nagwawala na talaga. And now the Lord is marching. They want to finish this game na.
They want to get another clean sweep. Will this be the clean sweep we're seeing? Oh no! It's Giso, the first one to fall. At ayan na nga, yung setup dito from Yashi. But the main damage dealers are still up here. Ang daming mga flickers na ginamit dito. Lord, matutunaw na rin dito ng MHRLIKA G unit. They're gonna try to go for it. Look at all the immortalities. And this is the time where Reclipse is gonna be spamming the Bat's impact. There's gonna be a shutdown here. Hindi sila pwede mag-overextend. And MHRLIKA G unit, once again, will be able to defend that one.
munti ka na. Munti ka na yung munti ka na yung MHRLIKA G unit doon, pero mas munti ka na yung WPE Vixen. Muntik nang kumambak kasi sumasakit na dito si Ramichi, pati si Reclipse. At hindi nila maabot si Reclipse dito. Kailangan ng WPE Vixen na tapusin na to kung gusto nilang hindi na mag-extend pa itong game dahil si Reclipse dito talagang sumasakit na.
Ayan na nga yung mga immortalities din, no? Eretria, alam niya yung trabaho niya is just to, frontline, obviously, for MHRLIKA G, since yung nagiging roamer nila dito is to pick off the damage. More or less, si Pali yung magiging target dito. At tama ka nga, no? This is I've actually won games with the Cecile na wala na kaming towers. We were actually able to have a comeback. So, it's still not over until it's over. But here's the thing. Yashi, Fatal Links, nakikita kaya nila na nasa bush dito yung MHRLIKA G. So, they're also being extra careful here. Kasi, andito na yung Lord. So, kung na-wipe out man dito yung MHRLIKA G, it's still pretty much so detrimental for them. Pwede end din ng WPE Vixens yung game. Pero, if ever man, nakakuha man sila ng magandang pwestuhan dito, or if ever they're able to kite out the members most especially Pali here, that should be okay. They can still defend up against this one. Pero here's the thing, Adi, how long can you defend this one, right? Like, you have to contest at least kahit paano, di ba mag-contest kayo sa Lord. Kasi mahirap, you just keep giving the Lord to your opponent. So at least, there should be some contest.
There's the conceal.
There's the conceal play. Ayan na, may nahatak dito. It's Chihiro! Oh, first one to fall. Ito na naman. Here comes the Bat's Feast from Reclipse. I like the final blow as well. Trying to go for Kiso from the backside. Still able to disrupt the backside. There is the immortality as well. Gonna be popped up there by Kiso. Ayan na, Pali. Nahula na dito ni Ramichi. Yashi as well does not have the Fatal Links just yet. But you can feel the power spike na meron na yung MHRLIKA G unit. They're being very careful right now. But at the same time, WPE Vixen, they know as well, they're respecting na meron ng damage itong si Ramichi at si Reclipse. At sila naman pala ang makakapwesto ngayon. Pero meron pang retry dito Nandito pa si Mitaka. Andito na rin si Eretria. Mahuli din si Yoji Bear. And MHRLIKA G unit this time will be getting that second Lord of the game.
Ganda ng ginagawa dito ng MHRLIKA G unit. Nung nakaramdaman na nila yung power spikes nila, alam na nilang meron na sila nung items na kailangan nila. Talagang go time na. Yun nga yung sinasabi mo kanina, hindi sila pwedeng magstay dun sa base nila na mag-defend lang ng mag-defend. Kailangan nila i-contest. And that's exactly what they did right there. And yung members dito ng WPE Vixen, nararamdaman na nila yung sakit Tapos si Ramichi, alam niya din na dapat niyang targetin dito si Pali. Kasi walang immortality dito si Pali. So, sobrang dali niya mahuli if ever nalikuran siya. Which is yun nga yung ginawa ni Ramichi dito. And look at that. Isang pagkakamali lang from WPE Vixen. Na-takedown na nila lahat ng turrets. Ang sakit na nga dito ni Reclipse. Ang sakit ng hampas.
Kita mo yun, si Mitaka yun Si Mitaka yung binats impact niya. Ito na, may concealed play na naman dito from Yashi. Who's she gonna try to get? Tinatry niya si Ramichi dito. And di siya mag-overcommit Nandito na rin si Somir. And for the rest of the members, they have to be very careful up against this one. Pwede to kasi if ever it is a wipeout for MHRLIKA G, pwede nilang diretsuin yung base. Pero para sa MHRLIKA G unit naman, this is the time that they have to, have some sort of engagement. And nakikita natin ngayon, it's a bit more proactive from Somir kasi mas careful siya as a roamer. I can see it. As compared to Yashi, who's a bit more aggressive with the Atlas. So para si Somir, sobrang pili-pili na talaga kung sino yung hahatakin niya at this point. And alam naman nila na may damage na sila, so they have to be very careful on what they have to do next. I'm not so sure if they can see each other.
Yeah.
Ayan na, nagpakita na si Yashi.
They can smell each other there. Nagpakita na si Yashi, alam ni Somir na may tao dito. And dito mo talaga mararamdaman, sa laban na to, mararamdaman mo talaga yung lakad matatag. Mararamdaman mo yung puso. Kasi itong MHRLIKA G unit, ayaw nilang sumuko. Sobrang lamang na ng WPE Vixen kanina, pero ngayon makikita mo sila na yung nakakalamang sa gold. And gusto pa talaga nilang i-extend tong laban na to. Kasi once na ibigay nila to sa WPE Vixen, it's going to be over for them. Malalagag na sila at hindi sila mag-go through the next round ng ating Sibol National Team Qualifiers. Kaya ngayon mararamdaman mo nga yung kanilang puso talaga. Ayaw nilang magkamali dito. Pero si Yashi mukhang may plano. Kaya lang naamoy ni Reclipse. At ang sakit na ni Reclipse. Dito, ang laki ng damage na nagagawa niya para kay Yashi. And now, pumipwesto na ang ating teams, both teams sa Lord. Ayaw nila tong ibigay. And I feel like whoever gets this Lord, yun yung makakakuha na. Pero now, there's the divine judgment for Mitaka. Parang masyado atang maaga yun for Kim.
I think kasi naghahanap rin sila ng opening dito eh. Malaking factor. Tapos ayan na naman, si Yojibir and si Kiso. Tamang pagkakat lang. So they're gonna be freezing that lane on the bottom side. Habang it's going to be, they know that this is going to be the case. So 4v4 situation. Isa yung nawala. And now, they might actually get a Fatal Links. May Purify dito si Reclipse. Pero nako, Pali! Yung nakahula dito kay Reclipse, it's still Pali. So alive. Look at how fast the attack speed is. Double kill for him. And actually a triple here for Pali. There's the immortality here, buying some time for Samir, but it's not enough. This time, yung WPE ang magsa-strike back sa kanilang side. They may actually just go for the end here. It's only Ramichi left to defend. Magre-recall na rin dito si Kiso. May concealed play na magaganap dito. And look at the damage from Chihiro. They're gonna lock in the tower here as WPE Vixen will be taking in this series again with a clean sweep. At sila po ang pupunta sa ating Sibol Combine.
Ang ganda ng ginawa doon ng WPE Vixen. Alam nila mahihirapan na sila sa pag-finish ng game na yon. So, ang ganda ng conceal play coming in from Yashi there. But still, props to MHRLIKA G unit. Sobrang ganda pa rin ang pinakita nila. Mararamdaman mo talaga yung puso. At yan ang pusong Pinoy. Yan ang puso ng isang Filipino athlete. Mararamdaman talaga. So, thank you so much sa ating top 8 teams na lumahok dito sa ating national team qualifiers for Sibol MLBB Women's. Ayan, makikita natin dito ngayon ang highlights for that game. I'm sure marami tayong makikitang magandang plays dito coming in from both of our teams here.
Yeah, it's definitely a struggle for the early game, Adi. Kasi yun nga, no, Cecilion, tapos Beatrix na naka-weapons master. So, you will heavily rely on the items first. At kung mapapansin mo nga yung emblem nila, they actually sped it up a little bit. So, nag-mystery shop doon yung si Reclipse. And then si Ramichi as well. As much as possible, they want MHRLIKA G wants Ramichi to win in the lane, but what's really difficult is yung mga Fatal Links dito ni Yashi. Isa lang kasi yung Purify dito ni Reclipse. You have a lot of damage but not so much mobility, right? So kung na-pop na niya yung Purify, alam yun ng mga members ng WPE. At syempre, once nahuli na kasi yung damage dealers dito sa side ng MHRLIKA G, it's really, really difficult. Tapos yung mahirap pa dito is, I think they were gonna go for the Diggy to cancel out. Diba nakita ko hina-hover nila yung Diggy? Pero sabi ko, ang hirap kasi ma-execute yung Kansha jungler. So, yeah, they're gonna stick to the Parrots. But what's really difficult here is the aggressive engage na ginagawa ni Yashi in the early stages. Yeah, there was a struggle. We've seen the bounce back. But the way that WPE just controlled the map and controlled their side lanes, it really made it really hard for the side of MHRLIKA G to actually make in the plays here.
Ang ganda, sakto kasi talaga lagi yung mga Fatal Links ni Yashi. Up until the late game, alam niya kung sino yung huhulihin niya. No? Ayun, at ito makikita natin dito. Actually, dito sa part na to, nahihirapang tapusin ang WPE Vixen na tong game na to. Dahil nga sumasakit na dito si Ramichi saka si Reclipse. Pero they were able to find that opening there. And they eventually get this game. Ay! No! This is not
They defended this one.
Yeah, they defended this one. And actually, si Ramichi, na solo kill pa niya dyan. Si Pali. So yun,
Hindi
dun
na kasi
sila
nag-overcome
muntik-muntik. Yeah. And this was the concealed play from Yashi.
Yung mahirap kasi dito, Adi, was yung pwestuhan talaga. And for the Sicilian, that is something that you really, really need. And for them is, once you catch someone off position, nakakapitalize kasi yon ng WPE Vixens and they just went straight for the crystal. At yun yung nagiging mahirap for MHRLIKA G is they have to be aggressive, but at the same time, if they get wiped out, it was just a do or die. Parang if they do it, it's a high risk. If they don't, it's also still a high risk. So congrats and props to WPE Vixens for reaching the Sibol Combine. And as for MHRLIKA G unit as well, congratulations for reaching this far ng ating Sibol National Team selection.
Yeah, as I said earlier, sobrang ganda ng pinakita ng ating female athletes today. So, ang intense ng laban na yun at mararamdaman mo talaga sa lahat sa kanila yung pusong Pilipino, yung puso ng atletang Pilipino. And now we see, ito ang mga games at ang mga matches na nangyari for today. Punong-puno tayo ngayon ng sweep dito, Burger Kim. Ano masasabi mo dito sa mga sweep na ating na-witness today?
I think it's also the fact that our players are prepared for who they're going up against. So more or less, like sabi mo nga, di ba, like yung sa Game of Generals palang kilala na ng mga players, right? Like Bugrit, Krish, even. These are players that have been playing in the scene for quite some time. So I think parang more or less alam mo rin yung anong playstyle eh. Anong playstyle na ilalabas ng mga players. And at the same time, they came in prepared. So I think they were also anticipating this. So talagang nakakatuwa rin na parang they came in prepared, and that's why we have a lot of clean sweeps that we've seen today. But I'm not so sure about the next round though sa ating Sibol Combine, kasi ito na ang ating top 4 teams emerging out from the tournament bracket. We see Raka Azur, we see Smart Omega Empress, Zol East Creek, and last but not the least, finally joining them in the party is going to be WPE Vixens, at sila pong apat ang proceed sa ating Sibol Combine.
Makikita natin dito sa 4 teams na nag-emerge, no? Parang it's the right mix of being aggressive but also being objective-centric. So parang after a kill, they know what to do. Kailangan nilang magkuha ng mga objectives na kailangan nilang i-translate yon sa mga objectives. So I think that's also the reason why they emerged victorious for today. But still, props to the 4 teams that props to the 4 teams that reached this far, to the 8 teams that reached this far. Yung 4 teams natin na nalaglag today, you still did your best today at naramdaman natin yung puso nyo sa paglaban nyo yung araw.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us for today, guys. This is the SEA Games Sibol National Team Qualifiers. It is powered by Smart. Sa mga di nakakaalam, ang PESO ang Philippine Esports Organization ay ang National Sports Association para sa esports. Sila ang akreditado ng Philippine Olympic Committee. Sila rin ang may hawak at nag-organize at nagpapatakbo ng Team Sibol. So let's find out who will be our female teams representing the country in the SEA Games. Layunan po ng PESO ay palakihin pa at pasiglahin pa ang esports sa ating bansa. This is a non-profit, non-stock organization na binubuo ng ating esports industry big players, Tier 1, Variety Concepts, Mineski Global TNC, Ren Esports, at marami pang iba. Suportahan natin ang PESO sa kanilang mga endeavors and kanilang mga advocacies for this year. Para sa mga karagdagang impormasyon, you guys can visit www.esports.com.ph o kaya naman ang Facebook page ng PESO, which is Philippine Esports Organization.
Yeah, and since this is the national team qualifiers, itong bubuo sa ating national team. Kaya ang panalo ng isa ay panalo ng lahat. Kaya naman, supportahan natin ang Team Sibol sa kanilang mga susunod na sasalihan tournaments. Sasabak ang Team Sibol sa Southeast Asian Games 2023 sa Cambodia at sa Asian Games ngayong Setyembre. Para sa kadagdagang impormasyon at updates, maaaring tumingin at mag-follow sa fb.com/SibolEsports. Mabuhay ang Pinoy Gamer! Lakad matatag, #Sibol, powered by Smart.
Yeah, there you go. This is it for today. You've seen a lot of clean sweeps, and of course, stay tuned sa ating SEA Games at kung sino nga ba ang maging representative natin for the women's category, the first ever for Sibol this year. So stay tuned for that. Addie, any last thoughts before we head out?
I'm just so excited to see kung ano yung mangyayari sa Combine next week. And it's been a pleasure casting with you, Burger Kim, for my first ever casting gig. I'm just so happy today. Thank you so much.
You can totally see it. Like, sobrang excited ni Adi right before this. And I'm so glad that you had fun, right? Like, casting this time, like, not managing anymore, like, casting. So it's a different role. And I'm so happy that you are a part of this. Yeah, you're a part of history in the making for Sibol 2023's women category for MLBB. So, yeah, for Adi, do you have any socials that you want to plug in before we go? Where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and even on Facebook. It's just Steamed Bouts. Yeah.
Wow.
Or Adi Padilla. You just search Adi Padilla.
Yeah, there you go. It's right below her name. Yan yung IGN niya. So, follow niyo si Addie for more forecasting gigs. So, yeah, hope to see more of you, Addie. But once again, it's a pleasure sharing the desk with you. My name is Burger Kim. You can find me at Burger Kim Cast. But that's it for today's Sibol National Team Selection. Magbabalik po kami sa susunod na mga araw. So, stay tuned for more MLBB action. This is the women's category. See you guys soon and have a great weekend.
See you guys next week.